For this video, I thought I'd give an update on a few of the videos where I have said I was submitting a manual report. It's been 1 month since the Report a Player service was launched on the official Discord, and I've been testing it out. This series of clips was a big test. It featured a player that was clearly spending up in the in-game store. I thought the evidence was very solid, and it would be a test to see if they would ban a paying customer using cheats. It took a while for them to get to it, and here was the initial result. Obviously, I was taken aback. I could maybe understand not enough evidence, but to say there was no evidence of cheating was shocking. If you saw the video Panhammer needs a ban, I think even the most staunch cheat denier wouldn't say no evidence. Thankfully, I think the community manager could sense the injustice of this one. While they had to defend the referee's decision, they at least gave me a chance to push back on it. Additional clarification came that in all examples, the player had prior knowledge of enemies, and some of the scoping wasn't direct. And due to this, these examples were put down to coincidental. However, if I had additional replays showing suspicious plays, I should also submit them. It just so happened that I searched for the player's name on YouTube and found another channel's clip of them cheating. So I of course said, "What about this?" and provided a suitable timestamp. A new ticket was submitted, and after about a week I was informed of the following. The Panhammer finally landed on the Pan Man. He blew it. That's gotta hurt, and it was well deserved. So in review, it needed a bit of luck and an overwhelming amount of evidence for the devs to see cheating when it was served up to them. To their credit, they did take action on a paying cheater. The notion that cheats buy skins and don't get banned was disproven in this case. However, the amount of evidence required for them to take action on an obvious cheater was extremely high. Every 2 weeks, they are posting updates on reports that have been submitted on the official Discord. Here's the most recent one. You can see that only 31.3% of the reports resulted in action being taken. And 95% of the time, the action taken was a permaban. That's a 31.3% conversion rate only. The initial ticket for this cheater would count in the failures. The community manager clarified further how the reviews work on a feedback section. I do think the standards are too high. A 100% sure standard means that you are letting off the majority of reports with cheaters in it. This is a burden of proof that is higher than beyond reasonable doubt used to convict murderers. It's pretty silly, really. This is a game. If your devs think the report does indeed indicate cheating, then ban them. The then banned cheater can then dispute this if they feel so strongly that they aren't cheating. Support will see it was via manual review, and the process should entitle high-profile accounts to a second opinion. If they conclude that the report was right, then the ban sticks. If they disagree, they overturn it. This is fair, and trust that those reviewing know what they are doing. No need to tie everyone up in knots for overwhelming evidence. This would see the rate of not enough evidence drop out, and the ban rate go up. It acknowledges a defect rate, which to be honest you can't ever eliminate even in the supposed 100% proof standard now. Instead of wasting time and resources on over-reviewing, move that to false ban challenges. I am betting you can maintain a high standard and the amount of valid false ban challenges would be extremely low. The net benefit is that more cheaters are banned more often with less time and resources. Anyway, it is what it is right now. Hopefully they'll continue to refine it. A cheater that is very obvious in multiple matches will get banned in this system. Only a very tiny percentage of the player base is going to be bothered to gather up the evidence and present it in a way that will get action. This video, for instance, resulted in a permaban for this account. It was only one example, but the devs also can pull other replays to review to be sure. This example was extremely clean. I supplied both high graphics and low graphics examples. It's the classic rolling up out of nowhere and immediately picking out an unseen player and killing them. For reports I never submit the full video I normally publish on my channel. I do a condensed video with the main issues clearly highlighted. Ideally, it's under 2 minutes long. I'll also have minimal editing. The footage should speak for itself. There's some exceptions, though. Here's what I'm doing to help others. I am publishing the reports in 2 different playlists. These can be used to help understand what it takes to get a successful report done, as well as seeing examples of unsuccessful ones. There's a small number in there now, but I'm working on moving the reports I've made over the years over to these two playlists. Where applicable, the video description will have the feedback if it was provided. Older reports might have a brief description on what happened. In this way, I can share what works and what doesn't work. I pride myself on being accurate, so I would especially appreciate feedback on those that failed. Was the video really not one where you could be certain of cheating, or did the PUBG devs drop the ball? The report footage showing now was another successful submission to the Report a Player service on Discord. I had another successful report on a months-old replay as well. It had 11 examples of wall hacks being used and was previously submitted manually to support. The report video had been viewed, but no action was taken. The regular support team doesn't give feedback. The cheater in question was a max level 500 account who was also apparently selling cheats on the side. I tested out the Report a Cheater service with it as well, wanting to get feedback as to why it wasn't suitable. And this time it resulted in a permaban to the account. Was the investigation more thorough this time? I guess it must have been. So if you have some high-quality evidence, and it was ignored previously, it might be worth submitting again through the Report a Player service. There's a couple of things to keep in mind. If the player reported hasn't played recently, it's unlikely to make a difference. And if they are playing still but have stopped using cheats, then any checks on fresh replays will not find anything. I think the new service is good. It will help weed out some of those high-profile cheaters that don't get banned normally. But I think it will frustrate many as they will see clear cheating, but the devs will give the benefit of the doubt too much, due to the untenable 100% sure requirement they are trying to meet. The overhead of video editing, multiple views, and other things that help get over this burden of proof hurdle will put many off. For those that are stubbornly determined, like myself, they can overcome these barriers and still serve up highly accurate reports that result in bans. My own high standards that I have for exposing cheaters on this channel put me in a good position to have a high conversion rate on Report a Player service. By sharing my success criteria, I hope to help others also improve theirs. If it's not immediately apparent, I go to a great deal of trouble to accurately expose cheaters on here. If you appreciate this, please like the video, make a comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I'm a small channel, so all these things, including watching videos all the way through, help with the reach of the channel. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for new cheat exposure videos.